Hey guys, Wagwan, and welcome to another episode of the Young and Suffren podcast. I'm here with my lovely American only patriotic when it comes down to the Olympics husband, Isaac.
Hello, guys.
How are you?
Great. How are you?
Good. How's your day going so far?
Amazing. Can't complain.
Good. Well, for me, I had a good workout today. My sister had her first day of school, which is exciting, and did some work, and now I'm here.
So what do we get into today?
Well, first, we can't have our podcast and not talk about one of the biggest events or championships in track and field, which is the Olympics. This was a very interesting year for Jamaica. I must say, lots of disappointments for the Jamaicans, like the non-athletes, people who did not participate. So I can't even imagine what the athletes are going through right now, knowing that it's not even a matter of capability, but just, small errors or injuries that cost them, big time. So I think there was just a week of mourning in Jamaica when, first of all, it started off when Shelley said she wasn't going to compete in the 100 finals because of some gate situation. It started off when Sharika had the whole injury and dropped out of the 100, and then it was kind of like a downhill battle from there. Like when it rains, it really, really pours. But big up to all the people that were able to compete and excel in their events, especially for those field stars. We medaled in the discus. Was it discus? Oh no, yeah, with the shot put. Or was it discuss? One of them. And I'm just so proud.
You should know. It was like one of the only ones. Just excuses. Oh, injury. Oh, the gate. Whatever. Just do better, right? You just gotta do better. Look, shout out Jamaica, but you just gotta look. You want to compete, you gotta win, right? So,
first of all,
shout out St. Lucia, right?
This person.
Shout out St. Lucia.
Big up Julian Alfred.
I am St. Lucian. You know that. My grandfather is from St. Lucia.
Okay, what part of St. Lucia is he from?
I don't know. He has a lot of property in St. Lucia.
Okay, and if you're so St. Lucian, what's the capital of St. Lucia?
It doesn't matter what it is. We have a gold medal. You don't. So it could be whatever it wants. Julian Alfred, that's the capital, right? So shout out St. Lucia, USA. I think we had the most gold medals in the Olympics this year.
If you have the most athletes, it tracks that you would have the most medals,
sure.
right?
Excuses are excuses, right?
It's about being logical. A small island with population of...
When Jamaica has to drop out of races, it's excuses. When you win, oh, look at us. Look, you just got to take this one on the chin. The worst part is we'll be 28. I'll be 28. You'll be 29 next time you guys have another opportunity. So, you just got to be prepared, man. You got to be prepared. That's it. That's my advice. Shelly Ann, right? Love Shelly Ann. She's a great athlete, right? Get to the gate on time. It's get to the gate, right? They didn't let you in. I'm sorry. You got to get to the gate. Sharika, you had 4 years to get injured. Why are we getting injured right for the Olympics? Right? Hey, respect, right? Very fast. She can run. She can move, right? She can go. But if you can't go when it matters. Okay. Who else? Drop the baton in the 4x4. Right? Hey, right? You had 4 years to just to perfect it. But hey, let's just drop the baton. Who cares, right? Seville, whoever was supposed to last minute, he got dead last in the 100
First of all,
I'm not done. Seville got dead last,
all
right? And brother, you got to be faster than that. You got to be way faster than that, right? Noah Lyles, the big dude, right? Who got second?
Kishan.
Yeah, I won't lie. He moves very well for a guy that looks like he's super big. Right? Yeah. He seems pretty built. But hey, you got to be faster than that if you want to get gold.
Yeah, you had to be faster in the 200, but you still weren't fast enough.
Oh, COVID.
You still weren't fast enough.
I mean, shout out to Noah Lyles, man. The guy had COVID, 102. He had 102 fever,
all of us,
man.
listen, but COVID looked like running half the track before the race, jumping up and down like some...
he got to pump himself up, right? Rabbits. It's a mental game, but his body just wasn't where it needed to be. But guess what? He still competed. He got second.
He got third.
He got bronze, okay. Right? He came in first in the
by .005. Honestly,
first is
that even a a great win. No, it's not. By somebody
As
puffing
Seville,
up them chests,
Seville was looking at
beating
everybody.
them chests. Somebody that's beating up them chests and dominating track and field. You're winning by .005.
Yes.
Let's be for real.
Yeah,
That does not warrant any puffing up chests.
How much did Seville lose by? It was more than .005.
But how much did we? Well, we came second. Kishane came second. That's a Jamaican athlete. So talk to it good.
Oh, well, if second's where you draw the line for success, you know, maybe we just have different perspectives on what a winner is.
I mean, this was not our best showcase of our talent and our ability.
St. Lucia had more gold medals than Jamaica did this year. Did you know that? St. Lucia, they got like one athlete. They had one opportunity to get gold.
No, they did not.
And they got gold. Okay, I'm exaggerating. Hey, shout out Julian Alfred. You know, St. Lucia, they did what needed to be done. And I'm not saying Jamaica doesn't have phenomenal. They do phenomenal, right? And I know how prideful you are when it comes to your country, as you should be, Yeah, I think at the end of the day, look, I think it's about responsibility at the end of the day.
At the end of the day,
right?
it's about
Shelly-Ann, you got 4 years to be on time. You could have been there 3 weeks ago, outside the gate. You showed up late. You knew where it was. Hey, I'm not saying.
Okay.
I'm not saying. I wish.
But for the organization to change the rules last minute, you're going to put the onus on the athlete for that. Let's be for real right now. Let's be for
everybody
real.
else was there. I don't know where.
Yes, she did not stay with the other athletes on the camp.
So she was too big time.
She is big time, and she deserves all the accolades, all the respect. So she had her own little place that she was staying. She came the same gate she entered in for the heats, coming back for the semis, and you're telling me the gate closes on my girl who is 37. No other athlete has ever done that before, and you're telling me you could have let her in. At 37, you can't be just jumping into 100-meter semifinals. You need to be warming up your body.
Yeah. So
my girl body take time. It need massage. It need for run up and down. It need for warm up. It need for microwave. It need for going to the oven. So she need all the time. So I don't wrong her for not going up there and maybe even risking injury. If you don't warm up properly, those chances increase.
Yeah, that's true.
She's not a young chicken.
I 100% agree. But hey, what can you do? Right? She wasn't there. It was unfortunate.
Isn't it so humiliating, honestly? Aren't you embarrassed by the fact that your biggest competition is an island that doesn't even have a quarter of your population, a quarter of your GDP, and a quarter of the resources? You've seen it. We don't have nothing that you guys have, yet still we're able to stand tall and to take up space in something as big and well known as the Olympics. That is who you're competing against. A little speck on the globe with your big monstrous population of 300 odd million. Yeah. And this is who your competition is. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, put it like this. Yeah. I've been in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Right. When we talk about ain't nothing to do but run. I ain't seen no basketball gyms. I ain't seen no football fields. Right. Right. Couple soccer fields here and there. Right. But y'all got some athletes up there.
Yeah.
Right. It don't say, look, it's an island full of athletes. 2 million athletes. 2 million. Everybody can hop on there and run. The fact that, you guys are competing is great. It's great. But I think that goes into a deeper level where I think black people are just, we're natural, we're entertainers, right? And not saying we can't do other things. But black people we're natural athletes, right? Natural entertainers, right? So I just think that, hey, Jamaica's just full of black people. It makes sense that you guys are.
No, honestly, even on that point, I know you're trying to jeer me, but watching the Olympics, it was undeniable the talent that black people innately have in athletics. Like look at all of your majority of your track team from US, there were black people. Yeah. Basketball team, the track team.
I mean, it's not a controversial thing to say that.
No, not at all. And I'm like, yo, look at us go. Like this is the one point where I could forget about the rivalry between US and Jamaica and just admire blackness. I'm like, yo, the podium fully black. Even in gymnastics this year. Love to see it. Simone Biles. If it's the one time I can rep America, is in gymnastics and back and supporting Simone Biles.
I'm surprised Jamaica's not more heavily involved in gymnastics.
Well, when you think about it, right? Think about the sports that we excel in. It's the sports that you don't need much to do.
That's true. That gymnastics is very expensive.
Yeah, you need the equipment. You need so it's, when you sit back and think like, what can we do where you don't need too much expensive things? Is run.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe if we had the resources to invest in the people in Jamaica in other sports, gymnastics.
I think y'all do though.
You think we have the resources to do that? You said the economy.
I mean, when it comes to being very like direct and like think about it, like think how big track is. When you think track Olympics, you only think of United States and Jamaica.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then for the
sprint events.
Yeah, and for the last 20 years, it's been Jamaica.
Back and forth.
Yeah. So like,
last 20 years, it's been us for real.
Because y'all had Usain Bolt, right? So you think about impactful Usain Bolt is. That's why I would.
Shelly.
Yeah, and Shelly, and I would assume that Jamaica, and not even Jamaica. I told you this the other day. Like you were talking about how Jamaican athletes have been having trouble like healthcare and stuff like that. Like you would think somebody like Nike, like Shelly Ann Fraser, I think she's partnering with Nike. You would think
is it Puma?
I think it's Nike. I'm pretty sure it's Nike.
Yeah, okay.
Like you would think Nike would be like willing to invest as well. You know, because of how impactful.
Yeah. I don't know
because track's a big deal, right?
I agree.
It's a huge deal. But yeah, that's something I thought about. I think more. I respect those guys because I couldn't train for something like track to like think you train so much to run 10 seconds.
10 seconds. It's crazy. Usain Bolt said he's trained 9 years to run 9 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of what you call delayed gratification because these meets are like ever so often. So majority of the journey is the practice, is the training, and such small part of it is the world stage and these big championships where you get to show off what you've been working on. So honestly, shout out to all the Olympic athletes, whether you medal, whether you never medal. Whether
you got injured or showed up to the gate late, couldn't perform, whatever it is, we're proud of you, right? Yeah, we're proud.
Yeah, whether you got COVID, I really wish you well.
Especially if you got COVID and then you still got a gold medal.
Especially if you had COVID and managed to run half the field before the finals of the 200.
Especially when Seville was doing all that looking to your left a couple years ago. And you said on Twitter, I'm going to remember that. And you remembered it. Yeah. And he got dead last. Look.
Right.
I mean, he was like behind Sweden or somebody. Like, who's fast from Sweden? Right? In the 100 meter. Like, when's the last time you say, oh, Sweden, gold medal? Or even like, you know, I will say there's this one girl named Bowl.
Femke Bowl?
Yeah, from somewhere.
Netherlands.
Boy, she don't even look like she's trying. Killing him. Right? Sydney McLaughlin. Right? I think that's how you pronounce her last name.
Sydney McLaughlin?
Yeah, whatever it is. She keep breaking her own record. Right? I mean, the USA, man, every Olympics, man, we're just doing something. We're just doing something.
I mean, for a small island in the Caribbean and dominating like we are in track and field. Listen, a country that is the leading superpower in the world thinks you're its biggest threat. I mean, that alone in and of itself is an accomplishment. And secondly, to be able to go out and represent with minimal resources. I mean, how can I not be proud? Imagine, like, honestly, sometimes I think about life as another nationality, and it's truly a nightmare.
What?
Imagine being from somewhere that's not Jamaica. I don't know how you do it. Honestly, respect goes out to all the people who are not Jamaican. I know life must be hard, especially for you. But now it's time to get into our Dear Young and Suffering segment. And if you don't know this segment, basically it's where you guys email us any stories, any comments or questions, anything that you want or input on, and read it on our podcast. So this is our very first one. And also, guys, you don't have to worry. We will not use your real name. Going forward, all the girls will be named Sharon and all the boys will be named Rupert. So,
side note, I can't wait for all the Jamaicans to see this episode and just come for me in the comments.
They will be coming for you.
Oh, yeah. Just let you guys, post it everywhere, right? Just let you guys.
You want to end up like Shannon and Gabrielle Union?
Just to let you guys know, I welcome all the negative comments, all the emotionally triggered comments. I laugh at them all. So if I triggered you, just know you fell right into my trap. Jamaica, be healthy, be on time, do better. I'll see you in 2028. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Send this to your family, too. Let them all know. I sent a selfie in the family group chat after No Allows took gold. I didn't get any responses, but the group chat's been active, so I know they saw it. It's okay. It's okay. I don't need you to watch. I don't need you. Just know I'm here.
It's all right. In 2028, me go the Olympics in LA for my eyelash, and we're going to play back all of this. And when we dominate, we're not going to have nothing to say.
Imagine having to wait 4 years for retribution.
Don't worry. It'll be well worth it. Don't you worry.
Think about, we'll be pushing 30 the next time Jamaica has a chance.
We have world championships coming up in between then.
Well, I know that.
All right.
You don't get a medal, though.
They're suffering. Anyways. Okay, so here we go. So this one is from Sharon, as they will all be. It says, all right, me and my boyfriend had a talk that turned into an argument days ago because I asked him if he could stop following all these women on Instagram, and I asked if he could remove some of the women. We just got back together June 2nd, so I basically asked him if he could clean up his Instagram a bit. His response was, I'm not cleaning anything up. I'm going to follow who I want to follow. I don't look at these girls a certain way. I don't want them. If anyone asks me for my Instagram, I just give it to them. It's not like it's my number. Not following women is a huge boundary of mine. This is the only thing I complain about and have a problem with since day one, and he knows that. This is legit the only thing I complain about, literally. He decided to unfollow me and private his account, which leaves me blocked off his account. And his reasoning is because he wants to build a deeper connection with me and focus on our relationship outside of social media. So I immediately got upset. Not only is he refusing to unfollow all these women and to remove some of the women from his IG, he also removed me as a follower and made his account private. He also followed up and said, I know who I am and what I never do, so you aren't going to tell me who I can and can't follow. For me, it's a respect thing. Why does he feel the need to follow all these women and give his Insta out? Why does that matter more than my feelings? As a girlfriend, I have no need to follow other men or give my socials out to other men. He also tried to pull the, it's just Instagram, live in real life. If Instagram is going to break us up, then we never had a relationship card. And it just upsets me. I'm willing to do anything for him to make sure he feels comfortable. And I asked him to do what I thought was the simplest and smallest thing. He's making it a big chore. And on June 2nd, he begged for me back. And he was sorry and said regarding social media situation, he should have came up with something that worked for both of us. And just when we have this conversation again, since we got back together, he still makes it his way or no way. I now feel uncomfortable and full of anxiety because this is a huge boundary of mine, and he's making me feel like I'm wrong or insecure because I take it seriously. He's like, I never had a girl care about this. This is new to me. I feel like I'm not being true to myself and my boundaries. I've been very quiet about it, but I'm eventually going to break the silence. He is giving his Instagram out to girls he just met at work and is like, WTF, why? Just because they asked. I don't know what to do. He swears up and down he understands, but it's his way or no way. I feel like I'm asking for something so small. If it was me, I would do it with no debate just to make him feel comfortable. Wow, thank you guys so much for taking the time out to write to us. That was a lot.
That's so funny.
Why is it funny?
First of all, she's insecure. That's the first thing.
She's insecure?
She's definitely insecure, right? You can't follow women on your Instagram. That's weird, right? Second of all, he's also a little disrespectful as well, right? Now, girlfriend, boyfriend, right? I can see new relationship, follow who you want, right? Whatever. It's really not that big of a deal. But if she does express, hey, I don't know why you follow all these women, depending on who they are, I'm assuming they're women that, she sounded like she don't want any women in general, which is insecurity, in my opinion. But if it's
she said, stop following all these women on Instagram. Remove some of them. So it's like maybe there's a few that makes her feel away. Like, what kind of profiles is he following?
That's what I was about to clarify. If it's, more of these provocative kind of pages, showing a lot of whatever, then I can understand that for sure. But in the beginning, she did say, I don't want him following women on Instagram, which I thought was insecure and kind of controlling. I do think he's been a little weird, especially with the fact that, the whole my way or no way, or I'm going to follow who I want, and then removing her as a follower.
What would your response be if I had asked you to unfollow women or some women, to remove some women?
One, I'd say, okay, fine. It's really not big. I don't need to see these people. But I did it anyways because I understand how the mind works, right? So you remember, so there's a story in the Bible where Joseph was in Egypt, and we actually talked about it. Was mentioned it yesterday when we were doing a little Bible study thing. When I forgot the man got mad because he thought Joseph slept with his wife.
Oh yeah, Potiphar.
And in the Bible, it doesn't say, it says, what does it say? It says run away from lust, right? Because I think that God was trying to articulate that when you're in that position, it is very hard, right? He recognizes it's very hard to escape those things. So he says run away from it, right? In that moment, the man's wife tried to sleep with Joseph. Joseph ran out the door.
Yeah.
Right. Versus sitting there and letting his mind work and all that stuff. You ran away. So for me to escape that, I unfollowed it. I unfollowed pages that I thought, that kind of mess with the algorithm and you start seeing more of it because you follow whatever. So for me, I unfollow for those reasons. And also I don't want to have anybody that has me in a lustful mindset unless it's my wife, which I don't think you can even call lust, but more like desire.
Yeah.
So that's an automatic, right? But then again, they're not married, and so.
So you're thinking that being boyfriend and girlfriend, that's too big of an ask?
At a certain point, I think if it's a new relationship, then I don't think that should really be the focus. But I can also see from her point of view how it's weird, right? Social media is really weird, but removing her as a follower, then privating her account.
And saying, we should focus on a relationship in real life. That is messy. And
then he came back, right? He just, whatever options that he had in the background didn't work out. So he wanted to come back and then still leave the realm of possibility of
being with her.
No, him being able to communicate with other females.
Oh.
Right. That's
leaving that door open.
Yeah. That's really what it was, or what it sounds like. Because why else would you remove her as a follower and private your account so she can't see who you're following?
Yeah. Personally, if I asked him and I expressed this insecurity, I'm not saying she doesn't have to also work on herself, but if you're supposed to be my partner and this one small ask, I do think it's a small ask. Especially being a woman, I'm not going to ask you to unfollow your grandma. That's not what I'm going to do. It's about these profiles that make me feel a certain way. If they make me feel a certain way, you should also feel a certain way. Why would you want me to continue feeling like that? Yes, it could help me through it, but some of these pages on Instagram, people scrolling and you know what they're doing. You know what kind of emotions, you know what kind of thoughts are being created in your mind once you look at some of these pictures. Why wouldn't you want to unfollow them? And I have a very low tolerance. If this is something I've expressed to you time and time again, I would just leave. Honestly, I can't bother with the one bag of foolishness. And people are like, you give up. As a girlfriend and a boyfriend, it should not be hard. It should not be. If it is difficult, walk away. If it is hard, walk away. Don't try fight through and go through counseling. Counseling is for marriage. If you need counseling from boyfriend and girlfriend, that is not the one, babes.
Well,
that's how I feel.
Kind of like a softie or a pushover.
You think so?
Yeah, because
sometimes love can blind you and make you do some things that you wouldn't otherwise do.
Maybe, but
so this is what I have to say to Sharon.
Stay firm on your boundaries.
Yes, stay firm on the boundaries. If this is something that he cannot do, just say, I appreciate the time you spent together. Let us just wrap this up and keep going, because somebody that really values you and values your opinion and values your feelings and your mindset, your mental state, I know what it is like to be worrying over things that might not, align with you or what be giving you what you want out of the relationship. There was actually one time, this reminds me of a time in high school, I was dating a guy that could really, really dance.
You dated before me?
Yes, I did. As did you.
I'm playing.
So he could dance, and I didn't really have any problem with him dancing with other people if we're going to parties, which I know you have a problem with, which is fine. But I saw this one picture of him like ramming out this girl from Earth to Venus. It's like the girl that back up son, he's like behind her, leg in the air. And seeing that really just irked my soul. It's like, it's okay to dance to other people, but boy, that dancing was just something different. It was just too much. And I didn't feel right. I didn't feel right at all. And I know this is not him taking pictures of other girl or anything, but social media is real. It is very real. And it's the thoughts that it creates in your mind. Those are real as well. So if he's following these people, looking on this girl picture and liking it and looking thirsty in her DMs, that is not your man. Give him back to where he belongs.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. All right. So this is the other one we're going to do. We're going to do 2. So this is the second one. Where's the star? All right, here it is. Hey guys, I struggle to make bold choices because of the fear of the consequences. When it comes on to choosing someone that is so different from you, in this case, such as the two of you, where one's life is very much black and white and more ruled by logic, while the other is more abstract. What were your fears/consequences that you had before getting into the relationship, and how did you guys overcome them?
I didn't really have any fears. I mean, I don't think I really realized how different we were until like 2 years into our marriage.
Really?
To be quite honest. Because I think as I got older, because I generated a lot of friends and relationships and stuff in college because I was part of a team in basketball, and it was a smaller community and stuff like that. So it was easier. So I thought I was extroverted. Mm-hmm. And then as I kind of got into my own stuff, I realized how much I didn't like to interact with people. And then you're the complete opposite.
Yeah.
And then so just stuff like that I just learned as we were married. But I didn't have any fears or
reservations.
No.
You didn't know that we were different starting out. You knew we were different from the start.
Yeah, a little bit, but
not so different. Yeah, I agree. I didn't know we were that different until it got really, really serious, like marriage. And I'm like, doing things like going outside, meeting new people, they bother you. Like, and I'm like, what the heck? We would always go out and meet with our friends, but now I'm realizing those were our friends. Like, those are people you had vetted. They weren't new people.
Yeah.
But I could go and talk with new people all the time.
You remember that dude who always tried to be like...
Okay, the thing with Isaac is he doesn't like new people very much. And there's this one guy that, and people, the thing is he has a great aura when he's not being standoffish. So some people see that and they're like, yo, I want to be friends with him. But he's like, no. But they always just...
I'm not that bad.
You are that. You try to be, but I see through all of that. And there's one like, yeah, he's this white guy that's from freshman year.
He was a cool guy. Don't get me wrong.
He
was a nice person.
But he wanted to be your friend, and he just would not let it happen. He's like, sup, man? Sup, Isaac? What's up? He's like, nothing.
What up, bro? What's good?
He just looks so irritated.
But I will say, just to that point, I have... As I got older, I've been trying to be more intentional with being more nice up front, because it doesn't make sense to be standoffish to nice people. Yeah. So I've tried to be better at that. But boy, it's effort, man.
The fact that you have to try that. Me, I'm just always like that. I love meeting people. And I didn't realize that until getting married. But what I will say is to not look at it as something bad, but as something really good, because then you guys balance each other out. Because sometimes I could be a bit too ruled by my emotions and have opportunities miss me. So, because there's this one thing with me, I feel like I need to punish myself whenever I miss, like I really do.
That's so true. Remember that time you missed a flight, you was like, you go, I'll stay. And I was like, what? I was like, I'll get another flight. You was like, no, I just go home. I was like, bro, like, give me the card so I could get another flight.
I know, and your ability to bounce back so quickly is
I'm a
so
traitor,
inspiring. Though. Me, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I would get beaten growing up. I just feel like I need to be punished whenever I mess up. And it comes through in my adult life. So when we missed that flight, I felt so bad. I felt so bad.
Because it was your fault. why we missed.
Yeah,
like,
it was my
that one
fault,
your
and
fault.
and I felt so bad. I was like, I don't even deserve this trip. I don't deserve to go anywhere. I should just go in and lock myself inside and never come out. And he's like, "Where's the card? Let's go and buy another flight." And funny enough, I say, just buy a flight for yourself. I'll pay for the flight. And I said, don't book me a ticket. And I went to bed. And he's just like, get up, we're going, because the flight was like in a few hours. And we lived near. We went back home and then went to the airport again. And had I stayed home, I would have never gone snowboarding for the first time. I'd have missed out on that because of a small mistake. But Isaac, he doesn't let small things or mistakes hinder him. He doesn't. I don't even know if you allow yourself to feel anything. Do you feel anything?
I do. No, I think sometimes depending on, because as a trader, like, and when you miss a big opportunity in the market or you make a big mistake, you have to allow yourself to feel it so you can get over it. Like the quicker you just allow yourself to feel it, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did it.
I think you've mastered that part.
However long it takes, you just gotta. Well, even in basketball, before I was a trader, basketball, like one of the cardinal sins of basketball is making a mistake and then pouting. Like you turn the ball over, hurry up and get back.
Yeah.
Go play defense. Right? You don't have time. So if coach takes you out, takes you out. But you don't have time to. You'll definitely come out if you don't get back on defense. So you make a mistake, you miss a shot, you airball, do something stupid. Go make it up as fast as you can or whatever. Yeah. So I guess it was kind of growing up that was kind of like the method. But you're a completely different.
And sometimes you make fun of me because one time, at this time, I'm just getting used to like money and getting my first job and everything. Remember we went to that farmer's market and I bought a candle?
Oh boy, that was so funny.
Oh my gosh, I bought a candle and she was like, "Oh, it's handmade," and it was like for
candle,
like $35 or $40.
$40.
And after the transaction happened, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I just spent $40 on a damn
candle." Little piece of nothing,
but
right?
It was like handmade or something, and she really sold me on it.
And I watched it happen. I was like, I said, she gonna have to learn about this. I just watched it happen. At first, I didn't think you were gonna buy it, but then I was like, oh, maybe she really likes the candle. And I was like, it's a $40 candle.
I know, I felt so bad, and
I made you feel bad.
And then I brought the candle home, and I'm like lighting it, and then you were just all over me saying, "Boy, make sure it smells like $40. Make sure it lasts a long time." And I never got to enjoy that candle because I never got over the fact of how much I paid for it.
I don't deserve to smell.
I don't. Let me tell you, I see that candle and I always see my mistake. But that is not good when it comes on to life. That is not a good trait to have. And sometimes I wish you felt more, because sometimes I do want you to feel bad. Like if you make a mistake, I'm like, yo, you did this. And you're just like, oh, okay. And I'm like, what the heck? You're not feeling the gravity of your decision and your mistake. But you're different with that. I don't know why you're like that. Sometimes you just get over it. You show no emotion and you go forward.
Well, yeah. I'm very like the person said, very logical, black and white. So I was like, oh, man. So is me feeling bad right now going to solve anything? No. So let's just.
No, but sometimes it's not just that. It's like, where's this feeling coming from? Why did I make this mistake? Maybe I really need to be internal and see so I don't repeat it, and feeling the feelings so that I can get over it and really go internal and say, yo, why did I make this mistake? Where is this coming from? Is there a deeper issue at hand? So that's how my mind works. Your mind.
But those are two different things. Like reflecting on why you made a mistake so you don't make it again, and punishing yourself.
Yeah,
like those are two very different things.
I know. I
make a mistake and I'm like, okay, don't do that again.
I'm like, forward. No, you don't deserve to do it. But yeah,
to that question, we do balance each other very well. We don't really have any arguments or really much of anything.
One thing I will say though, if two of you are different, one thing that must be in common is that you guys are good listeners and good communicators, because we do have very different opinions. But one thing is that Isaac will listen to me and I will listen to him. Like sometimes I find it so funny how we argue. Like we'll just argue, like it's not even really like I'd say more of a discussion. I say, I don't appreciate that. And he's like, well, I didn't appreciate that. It's like, oh, well, I apologize. I see what you're saying. And then we just move past it. That has to be the underlying, that has to be the shared quality that you guys have if you're going to be so vastly different. Because I can't expect Isaac to see where I'm coming from because he doesn't think like me. So I have to explain that to him. And I have to also be patient with him to know that he does not think like how I think. So I have to give him time to explain himself. And as time goes on, we get better at that. But we never underestimate the value of communication because we are so different. So if the person that you are with is different and it's like, this is my way, this is how it should be, and does not allow you any patience, then I don't think that's a good mix. It needs to be good communication on that front. What do you say?
I mean, no, that makes sense. Yeah. And like you can't have, like, one thing about us, we're so different. Like, we're probably different. Like you said one time, we probably wouldn't be friends if we weren't married.
Yeah, we
we're
would not.
so different in everything. Like, literally everything. I don't, like, it's very, like, aside from, like, hanging out with family and, like, enjoying that, like, I don't think we have too much in common. But with that, we also, like I told you, if you were as solution, like it annoys me sometimes how you're not solution oriented. But again,
I am solution oriented, but just not immediately. Just to clarify.
Okay, whatever that window is, but no, you're not. Okay,
yes,
whatever.
I am.
Okay, yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I
Okay,
cry.
okay. Yes, you
and
are.
I think it's important to cry. You cry,
Okay.
then you think of the solution.
But like I was saying, like we had a conversation in the car. I was like, if you were as solution oriented as me, we wouldn't work well, because when I see a problem and I see a solution, I almost take pride in being able to solve it. And I think if you had an idea and we both had what we thought was a great idea, we would bump heads on, like,
everything.
Yeah, I think that would be, like, my response. Not in a, my what I say is the best way, but I think because sometimes you just take a while to get over some stuff. Even if my idea isn't the best idea, at least we can act.
Yeah.
And we can figure it out. But yeah, I think, obviously our communication is really good. And neither of us are, well, at least for me, I'm not very animated. Like, I think you can get animated emotionally. Like, you'll be all pouty or whatever. But, it's always, I don't think we never raised our voice at each other. Nothing like that. So it makes everything pretty smooth, I think.
Yeah. So to your point, Sharon, it is different, but it's so worth it if you guys can communicate well. So don't look at it as a consequence. It could open up a whole new world and better you as a person. And him also.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you guys want to hear our responses to any of your concerns, any stories that you guys have, remember to email us at youngandsufferin@gmail.com.
And one more point to that is, one thing I realized is that over time, we start to learn more about each other. Like, I really sat down and thought about it one time. And because I internalized so much, and you're somebody who likes to speak about your emotions, like I'm not, like, emotionally unavailable or whatever, but I don't value emotions as much as you do, in terms of, just get over it for myself and then just move on. I've realized that I can be very hard to figure out, because you never can really know what's going on in my head unless I share. And I think that's something my mom had trouble with me growing up. I really didn't speak. And not because me and mom have a great relationship, but I really didn't speak to her, like, at all. Like she never really knew what was going on in my head.
And your face does not show it. So it's not even like you have a poker face where it could be like, or like, what do you, like a emotive or expressive face. So I'm just like, are you excited by this? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like,
I'm like, and you're like, you don't look excited. I'm like, what do you want to do? Do a backflip? Like, you're so excited. You're like, do you want to do this? I'm like, sure. And you're like, oh, you're not even excited. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like, a couple cartwheels and, like, jump up and down. But no, but that's one part of marriage that I've really grown to understand, is that over time, like, over the next 10 years, I'll know much more about you then than I do right now. And I think even at this stage, we're still developing ourselves, because we got married really young.
Yeah.
And we're still developing and figuring out who we want to be in life and putting all those pieces together at the same time. So it's something you got to be really patient with. And, nowadays people aren't really patient in that regard.
Yeah.
Something doesn't work out. Oh, we're not good together, and just whatever.
If you're a boyfriend, girlfriend, you should definitely have that mindset. But wife.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. What's up, guys? So this segment is called Hypothetical. Shantae has a question for me. It's either I don't know what it's going to be, but it's a hypothetical scenario where I'm going to be put in the hot seat. I got to come up with the right answer, if there is a right answer. So let's go and get into it. Shantae, what you got?
Okay, so your best friend gets shot, and at the same time, I'm giving birth. Where do you go?
So he gets shot. Is he in the hospital on the way there?
Yeah, he's in the hospital, about to do, like, maybe surgery or something, and then
But he's dying. Like he got shot.
critical condition.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, first of all, I'm going to you, right? Because it's the same situation when you think about it, right? A woman giving birth is the closest point of death, right? That a woman that
she could also die.
Yeah. Especially you look at the statistics too, right? Black women have a history of not being believed when it comes to doctors in the hospital. Hey, this hurts. Oh, she's being dramatic. Yeah. Right? Let me find out. Hey, she said her leg hurt. Fix it. Do something. Give me a scalpel. I'll fix it. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. But no, I'm going hospital all day. Easy. Yeah, easy decision.
Okay, I have this is my last question for you. And I already know what you're gonna say. I just hope you don't. But anyways, should women fart?
No. I have a firm belief that women shouldn't do the number 2. That's my thing.
So we're not human.
It's weird, I know, but here's my thing. You farted around me before. There's no way someone that looks as beautiful as you do should produce such a smell. My logical mind can't comprehend how I see something, but I'm experiencing something else. Like I walk into the room that you're in, and then you immediately say, "Oh, I just farted," and it hit me. I mean, Mike Tyson might have hit me with a liver shot, just as hard as he could, just flush right in the ribs right here. I mean, I walked away baffled, just trying to figure out how I could look at you and be like, "Wow, she's amazing." Like I would look at you and just assume you smell good.
Yeah.
But if you had just farted in that moment, I question everything.
First of all, I'm human. I have, a digestive tract. I have a digestive system.
I get it. We all get that.
I have a very colorful diet. I eat lots of beans. So sometimes that results, in some gaseous exchange.
Gaseous exchange.
That's what we'll call it.
That's what we're calling it.
So when that happens, and I don't know if it's how I grew up, but we fart all the time. Like my mother would just fart and we just laugh it off.
That's cool.
And then
Ain't
she'll be
nothing
like,
funny about that. Nothing.
It's not, maybe I'm just like ill-mannered. I don't have no manners. I don't know what it is. But if I'm around family and you've become my family, we should be able to fart. Because my mother said, "Is poop kill Mary Lee, and poop can't go kill me." So I'm going to release. I don't want to store anything up inside me.
But my thing is like,
everything.
Go outside. Like, do something.
But you're entering my space. Even when
okay, I'm
talking
talking about we're in the same space. But regardless of the fact, that wasn't the question. Beautiful women, I just don't think it should happen. That's my take.
Because we're not humans.
No, because you're so beautiful that it doesn't make sense that such things, such smells can be curated, and or be you could be the source of such things. That's my take.
Well, I disagree. I think women are human as well, and that means maybe farting here or there. Yes, if you're in a public space, go to the side. But if I'm with somebody that is my other half, we should be able to do that freely. That's just my take. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate you guys, your support. We've grown so much in just, 2 months. Mm-hmm. I'm honestly so grateful for you guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.
See ya.